Gotta add me. Hello, Hella. I know you're home because you're probably covered in snow. BBC, you've been so busy, bro. Horses, girlfriend, shredding on the guitar. You don't even have time for us fishermen anymore. Moved on. Moved on to bigger and better things. Kyle, I thought it was funny that you tried to convince the smallmouth crush community that you were new, and they believed it. I guess your screen name got changed. Hello, Bobby. Dustin, I managed to poke one. Not the biggest deer I've ever seen, but got the job done. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you kind of you play the hand you're dealt. So, how many days did you stay after you got that one? I don't know. I don't even know when I shot my deer. Let's see. I can look back at the pictures because we left on the 10th, 11th, 10th. Let's see. What day did I take this? So I stayed 5 extra days. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Why everybody's Hella, do you know? You seem to be tapped in with this stuff. Why are people's screen names changing? Anybody out there in the comments? Hey chat, if you could tell me why people's screen names are changing on YouTube, drop a comment. Yeah, it's weird. I did have some good brainstorming going on while I was out there for paint and things, but not as much as I thought. I did come home to a box from Burns that's pretty badass. No, that was not the deer I saw on the rocks. Different deer. I didn't want to drag that deer out of the rocks, so I let him sleep. The real Travis Deerman. Oh, Brian's back. You haven't always had a dot in your name, though. Have you, Brian? And I don't remember Travis being the real Travis Stearman either. What's going on? What's with all these new names? So, I found a couple of your favorite baits at a sale I'm going to send you in this when the snow quits. Is that? Don't tell me. This piece of shit. More of these losers. Sorry, Stearman. Plug your ears. But no, when Builder Dude came down, I had some bait sitting around, and I said, "Hey, Builder Dude, why don't you take these back to your lair and do something to them?" I said, I want you to lip mod these. And he said, Oh, that's easy. So, yeah, you don't mind lip mods, right? He said, I know. It was Risto wraps. He's done a million of them. He said, "You do a medium lip on it? What kind of lip you want to do on it?" I said, "Oh no, better." So we turned the Risto into the Mubba L-shaped. And he, after he finished these, he gracefully declined to do anymore. He said it would be easier for him to build this from scratch. I don't think they did it in a Risto body, Stearman. I think it was like just the shad route body. Like they never, I don't think they ever did it in anything that had any kind of substance to it. It was always like little weenie stuff. But that's a Risto 7. Got a little more backbone to it. The snap wrap, or is that a typo? Yeah, I know they made a shad wrap, but I didn't want to do the same old Risto mod. I wanted something that I would actually fish. So I'm gonna paint up a couple of those for myself, and I'm gonna probably put some up on the web page, because I don't need all of these. The question that remains is, should I embellish the paint at all? I mean, they're good colors as is. Green and kind of gold, great color early in the year. This rose gold with kind of red embellishments looks nice. Another green and gold, and the gold and blue little guy. But yeah, they're cool. I did this one for myself. These will stay with me. Give me something to maybe try early in the year. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jeremy. I will say this one looks way better than the shitty brown they put on the top. It's like orangey brown. The red actually helps this. Is someone making those bills, or are they from Strike Kings? Marty made all these. Marty bends those himself. All right. So the kids, if I shot all those deer on the wall in Kansas, yes, those are all Kansas deer. Those are Kansas deer. Those are Kansas deer. Those. And there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 outside. Yeah, there's quite the collection. He cold bends. I've always liked warm bending. Stearman, Ask your girls. This is if they're there, if they can identify this paint job. Mayor, I don't. They might not be able to, but they might. Just depends. The bean picked it up instantly as soon as I showed her the picture of it. What is this? What? Where would I have gotten the inspiration of this? What's Fumo? Rumi. Is that from K-pop Demon Hunters? Because if that's what they said, they ding 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 ding, they would be right. So, funny story is I had these Bagleys to I was just going to paint for fun, and I was sitting there thinking, it's like, what am I going to do? And I said, people probably like to have some of these in a. Somebody would probably like to have these in a Rapala Demon color, like that's people love that color. And I said, that would be lame. I don't really want to do Rapala Demon. How would I do K-pop Demon, the Demon Hunter? So I sat in here for way too long designing a stencil that would look like something on the side of a crankbait. And that's what I came up with. Something kind of troubly looking, but that is the K-pop Demon Hunter crankbait. Way cooler than Rapala's. So there's they're pretty cool looking, honestly. So I mean, they look incredible. Like, this is a very beautiful bait, this one, but they look it looks very lame sitting beside that one. You know what I mean? Like when you have them side by side, you wouldn't even know it's the same bait. Need to make a Mira and Zoe one. All right, I can put that on the list. I'll do the whole cast. Jackal or Megabass going to copy it? Maybe they would be the people to do it. Or 6 cents. Also did it in a. I did it in a. I guess this is a DB1 or a DB2. I don't know. These didn't come packaged. They just came loose. I redid my lavender shad. The last one I did in the root, I wanted a redo on it because I didn't match the yellowing of the gel coat, which I like. So I said, you know what? I need to redo that just for my own sanity. So I redid the lavender shad, except I did it period correct where the bait is yellowed. You can see the yellow a little bit. Because all the old lavender shads are not they're not white. They're all this there's so much flake in it. It makes them look yellow, and then everything kind of fades or kind of yellows, and you get this like really bone color look to the old lavender shads. So try to match that. This one's probably my favorite. It's like that Garth Brooks album. So I was in there trying to paint, and I said, I kind of want to do something dark since it's a wake bait. And I want to do I want something with a white base. And I couldn't make up my mind, and I only had like 6 of these wakes. And I said, you know what? Screw it. Spy versus spy. So we did the spy versus spy wake. And I'm telling you, I might sound like a kook, and I don't get into this bait conspiracy stuff, but I will say, so I've been the mistake bandit color is always on my mind. I love it. Hugely effective, especially down here. I've thought about why that is, and I believe the reason that it works so good down here is that we have a lot of dingy water the majority of the time, and typically current driven. And if you notice this, if it were to be wobbling in the water, how much more flash that gives you than if it were just white, or like when it is like super contrasting colors like that on the back and on the belly, it's way more eye-catching. You know what I mean? Like it gives off a bigger presence in the water, as far as like flash. And I think that's why the mistake bandit works so good, is because you've got that bait that's rolling red and chartreuse, and it just like it shows up more. But I think this is going to be a badass wake bait color. And I think the other thing about wake baits that like people either love them or they don't. And I think most of the time, like I can't think of any wake baits that really like get me excited to throw one, or like, you know what I mean? That's just like fun. And you're like, man, that thing's sexy. I want to throw that. But this gets me excited. it makes me want to throw it. It makes me want to catch fish on it. It makes me want to have it tied on. And I don't typically throw wake baits, but this one makes me want to. The old Garth Brooks waker. That shit's cool though. That shit is cool. Ding, ding, yeah. You get the best of both worlds. So I did some kooky stuff that fulfills that side of my brain. And then I did that old color I used to do called Gunnersville Shad. I did that on some Bangalores that I thought would be good for early in the year. I did this old color in this is a Sunny Bee. And everything but the white baits, the white and black baits, have triple dotted eyes. I did have fun. But I was just trying to fulfill all the early in the year crankbait colors. So now I'm trying to dig out some other stuff. The old Bomber Bumblebee color. I don't remember the Bomber one. But if it looked like the Bagley or the Bandit or the Norman Bumblebee, then I'm sure I loved it. I'm going to look it up. Bomber Bumblebee lure. Images. You talking about that one? Is that called Bumblebee? It's the only one I see. Is it already ice fishing time? Oh, Norman Bumblebee, love it. Bandit Bumblebee, love it. Bagley Bumblebee, love it. The Bandits is called Humblebee. Same difference though. This one is my favorite. The gel coat one from Norman is sexy, but the old Bandit one, very catchy down here. Very catchy. Funny you mentioned that, Mike. Down here in the Mobile Delta, before when I was trying to figure out colors to paint those baits, I was thinking maybe I should just paint them all Delta colors. Humblebee, OFO, the like taco salad, Mad Cow, all the old like famous Bandit colors down here. But it wasn't really enough baits for me to do it, and they were all varying sizes and depths, so it didn't really make sense. But do I have a version of Humblebee? That I could show. Yes. Let me look. Let me find the box that they're in. Oh, there's one. Here's one I did with exposed wood grain. I mean, that's kind of indicative to the bandit color, but I don't do much with the glitter. Very rarely, because I don't use epoxy, and typically if you're going to glitter a bait, the epoxy is the key. I spray my clear, so I try to stay away from the glitter as much as I can. But excellent color. Excellent color. Where's my box? I have a wintertime box. It's usually right over there. I don't know where it is. Oh, there she was. Let's see. Oh, there's one on a. I need to do a bunch of these. Here's a variation of Humblebee from Bandit. Look how orange it is. This is a really old Bandit. There you go. DT6. You don't see those a lot. There's a personal DT6. Hey, what was that? I think that's a. I think that Humblebee is definitely a forgotten. Is a forgotten color, and it's so good. So good, especially early in the year and in the fall. Yeah, Humblebee. So now y'all are making me regret my choices. I should have just painted them Humblebee. So coming soon will be Humblebee something. Now that I know people are as enthusiastic about it, or maybe just Mike, but that's fine. Me and Michael have them. Yeah, now I'm motivated to paint Humblebee. I wonder if I have any Killer B2s in Humblebee. Should. No, I think those are all for Keith. Yeah, I need to find some DTs. I would love to do a damn 20, 30 Humblebee DTs. I feel like that's a color they needed. And here is another one of those conspiracy things. Bumblebee, you gotta have. Just let everybody forget about it. Mike, what do you do in the industry? Who do you work for? Brand new in the pack. Conspiracy. Oh, the conspiracy. Yes. The conspiracy is that the black bars on the side of the bait matter. It's true. I've seen days. I've had buddies have days where you can throw the same color bait. One with the bars, one without the bars. They eat the bars better. Sometimes it doesn't matter. But there's a thing about early in the year, you need to kind of check. You need to kind of check because sometimes it makes a difference. Design work. That sounds fun. That's why perch in Texas is 100% a fantastic color. Chris, where are you? These belong to you. Consulting. That's what I need to get into. How's consulting pay? I feel like I could transform all these companies that are lame as shit into actually having cool stuff. A lot of people don't realize how tough it used to be to get good custom DTs, the wrong thing. Oh, yeah. There's been so many DTs ruined with a gigantic, like, nasty-ass coat of epoxy. It's pretty cringy. I've seen it a lot. For a manufacturer that would OEM for several companies. In the States? Or abroad? These are what I'm going to transform. Working on new baits. Good luck. Yeah, I've had a lot of guys send me DTs that were boat anchors, and they're pretty horrific. Pretty horrific. Yeah, I got to see if I can transform this, guys. Can it be done? BBC probably shook your hand. He's a handshaker and a baby kisser. What is this? Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty tall task. Pretty tall task. It is. It is an old boogie. We're gonna see what I can do. It's gonna be challenging. Burns, yes, I have one more. I have one more batch I'm going to do before Christmas. I even have special little packages to put them in. These are the little ones. This one's silent. No thump. That one thumps. They're not Christmas trees now. They're not Christmas trees. Have you heard about the new corduroy pillows? They're really making headlines. I haven't. I feel like there's a punchline coming though, Frank. Ryan, no big cranks before Christmas. The reason being they won't fit inside my packaging. I've been working on pick your color. Not this year. Not this year. I don't have enough time or patience or sanity to pull that one off. Brian, he is on here. He commented right above you. No, wrong guy. Right here. Brown Bait Co. Correct, Ryan. If I wouldn't have been dicking around in Kansas for an extra 5 days, I might could have done pick your own burns, but not really. 2035, correct. Super lucky last year with pick your color. Mine was the one rambling. What colors did you pick, Bobby? What was your color? I remember Ryan Thiel did. He did oyster. Hunting recap. It wasn't too exciting. The grass was crazy tall. So where we hunt, they have grazing cattle that pretty much graze in the pastures that we hunt during the summertime, and they pull them off in the fall. So they keep the fields mowed down pretty good, the pastures, and they got a rain right after they pulled the grazing cattle off of the pastures, and they got a rain, and the grass shut up like 10 feet, dude. It's like grass was probably like 4 feet tall. It was up to the hood of the truck, and you just couldn't see. You couldn't see, and they had to get close, and it was not. And they didn't have to move. That was the other thing. When the grass is short, they move around a lot. But when it's tall, they know you can't see them, so they don't do anything. And yes, the Reb style chartreuse and blue. I like that color. That's a cool color. Burns has done some really cool colors back in the day that I see, and it really catches me off guard that he does that, or that he had done that, because it doesn't strike me as a Burns paint job. And then I see it, and I'm like, damn, Burns, it's pretty flashy for builder dude. Bumblebee and tomato. I would agree with that, but I'm okay with it. No elk. I don't want to go hunt anything else. I don't like deer hunting that much. So 1 week a year is more than enough to get my fix. I'd rather fish. I'll find one that surprises me. I know. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll see it. I'm like, builder dude, where'd that come from? Was it cold? No, it was pretty mild. I will say 30 in Kansas feels like 48 here. 48, 50. I think because of the humidity. I didn't sneeze while I was out there. That was a very nice thing. But the first night we drove in, it snowed, and it was pretty damn cold. And my hook rogues, they have holes in them. My feet started getting snow in my shoes. So I gotta get me a new pair of hook boots. These lasted me one year roughly. Cougar hunting in the local watering holes during the holidays are my preferred. Should be in abundance, especially around the holidays. Sweater weather. Hello, Darius. What was the bite like on Kentucky Lake? I saw your pictures and it looked like you were smashing on them. When is Builder Dude coming? When is Builder Dude coming back? Is he going to make it? What'd you catch him on? A rig or a worm? One of the two. He was supposed to be there this week. Is he going to come next week? Or is he going to cancel and postpone, take a rain check? In Plum? Yeah, there's probably one over here. Isn't that it? No. I mean, that looks like it. You just can't see it. I think it's all faded out. I mean, they didn't make that many colors in it. I think that's it. Or it was a white base that had the red on it. Yeah, this is the foiled version. I don't have the non-foiled version, the white one. That was just white and kind of red looking. But it's close to that. I told him it's a nice thing about being retired. The weather looks great. Jump in the car and there you go. I never got into that plum color though, but I don't think it would work good. I know a lot of guys swore by that fat-free shad in that red plummy looking color. I like that one on the wall. Guys, it did. You know what's really weird? Thank you for that. Is when I got back, there was a box with all my mail that people sent in and like baits to get painted and shit and stuff I'd ordered. And it was another box that had been opened. And said, who ordered the tape? And Amy was like, I didn't order it. Like, she's like, maybe it was like in the cart and it got ordered. That'd be kind of weird because I don't put tape in the Amazon cart. And the little open the white box and it was the sticks. And I was like, these are in my cart. Like, who's been digging around in my cart? She's like, I don't know. She's like, there's a note with it. And I was like, oh, it was the damn hog cranker himself. The Geist man. The damn thoughtful, kind soul. Best hog cranker I know. Everything in 25 feet of water plus. Gross. I'll tell you what I did do when I was out in Kansas. So my buddy George that went with us, he had recently bought this little Game Boy looking thing, size of a Game Boy, but it's an emulator, and it has like 2,000 games on it. And so the first game I play, he's like, "You want to play this?" I was like, "Sure." So it had like all these systems I'd never heard of, like Atari, NES, or I don't think it had NES. I think it had Super Nintendo. It had Nintendo 64, Sega, Dreamcast, like Nintendo DS, Game Gear. It had just like all these weird consoles. And it had arcade stuff that were, I guess they just took the emulator from the arcade game. And so the first game I played, I said, let's see what's on here. Went to the arcade, NBA Jam, played it. Was really surprisingly bad at it. I played 007 on Super Nintendo or 64. Got bored with it, playing it on like a little screen. And then I went to the Super Nintendo and they had Bass Classic, the fishing game. I was like, I remember this. And I started playing that. And those fishing games are hard as shit, dude. There was two. There was one on the Sega called Bassmaster Classic, and it was like a product of Bassmaster. And crazy hard, dude. Crazy hard. And then there was Bass Classic, and it was really hard. And I kind of started getting pissed and like competitive with these dumbass emulator games from the 90s. But because I couldn't find any fish, dude. Like I fished a tournament in the Bassmaster game, or the Bass Classic, the Super Nintendo one. It was a little easier to catch fish. So I fished a tournament because that's the whole point of the game, is to like pretty much tournament fish. I caught, hell, I gave up like, because it's almost like real time, dude. Like it takes forever to play that damn tournament day. Like time goes so slow on it. Like if you wanted to fish an entire tournament day, it would probably take you a solid hour plus of game time to fish the entire tournament day. And I didn't have it in me to sit there for an entire hour, like searching down these fish. And but the first tournament I fished, I weighed in a 5-pounder and a 2-pounder, and I might have had one more fish. I had like 2 or 3 fish. I think I had only 2. I had a 5 and a 2, so I had like 7 pounds and something, whatever ounces of the small one were. And came in like the whole top 10 had 22 pounds. And I was like, dude, I'm not even close to getting in the top 10. And I just sat here for like 45 minutes going all around this lake, and you can see the fish swimming around. You know what I mean? Like when you pull up to a spot, it lets you see where you're going to cast. You can choose where you're going to cast, and you can see these little like silhouettes of fish moving, and then you cast at them. And every time you'd pull up, there'd be just like 2 fish, maybe if you were lucky, there'd be 2 fish in the frame. And you couldn't tell if it was bass or not. So it was like, sometimes it was crappie. And because I caught a lot of crappie. I felt like every time I'd reel a fish in, it'd be like, you got a crappie. It's nice practice, but you can't keep it. And but I drove all around these little lakes looking for fish, and there was never like any place that was abundant. But I tell you what, I'm itching to play that again. I might have to order that game on Nintendo and fire my 64 up or my Super Nintendo up. So I've still got it, and it's still in good shape. But it's hard, dude. It's hard. Not that I have time to sit around and play fishing games on Super Nintendo, but I might have to sneak in there at like 2 a.m. and get a few reps in. Anthony, a jig and pig worked best for me. Spinnerbait, the guy. So you have like this virtual assistant that's a guide, and when you first start, he's like, I know the lake. I'll teach you around. I'll teach you how to do this shit. And so anywhere you go, he like kind of tells you, hey, hit the grass beds, throw something weedless, whatever. And every time I'd pull up to a spot, he's like, largemouth bass live here. I know you're going to catch them. And you'd pull up and there'd be like 2 fish, and you catch one and it's a crappie, and the other one's a damn dink. And then you pull up to another grass bed and he says, I know you're going to catch fish here. So he was no help really, but I lost my, because you have to choose between natural or bright colors. And I lost my natural colored jig, and then I threw my bright colored jig and lost it. And then I lost my bright spinnerbait, and I lost my natural spinnerbait. And then I had to resort to the old, I had to move then to the frog and the worm. That joystick. What are you doing in there? Oh, just cranking hogs on Bass Classic on NES. What's up? Need me? Just cranking. Bassmaster 2022 with VR goggles. Forward facing. Army Navy's playing today. You got caught up in the doc talk from a crude form of AI. I did. That dipshit suckered me in. But yeah, he was no help. That dude, I'd fire his ass. He's not a good guide. I do want revenge. I remember thinking to myself how much life it took out of me as a kid to play that damn game, because it's slow. It's like real fishing, dude. Like they did a pretty good job of like testing your patience. Although real fishing is much more enjoyable, the fake version, it took some years off your life. Yeah, that's the other thing I don't understand, BBC, is they like these guys were catching like 6, 7, 8 pounders, and like catching a 5-pounder took like 3 minutes to reel in and like push the limits of all my tackle. Like I thought my line was going to break like 10 times. Like I don't know what you would do with like a fish double that size. Anyone catch Trav's absolute meltdown? Yes, I have some clips from it. I didn't think it was an absolute meltdown, but somebody told me that he was melting down. So I tuned in to watch. And but I saved some clippets that made me laugh in case it got deleted.
You idiot. No, you idiot. Tallow is tallow. Crisco is tallow. What letter do you want? You said tallow, which is different. No, you idiot.
No, you idiot. That was like the most condescending "no, you idiot" I've ever heard.
Mind if I go boil a little bit more water real quick? I need some more.
This is gold.
Hey, you guys mind if I go boil a little bit more water real quick? I need some more. Just settle down for a second.
I need some more chicory root.
So pelvic's off.
No, this is funny.
So pelvic's off a couple inches. One leg's longer than the other, and my neck is 3 inches forward than what it should be. Oh yeah, that's noticeable. What? When you stand sideways, your head's always in front of your torso. Yeah, I noticed that. Screw off. Stand sideways and let's have a look. What are you talking about? Well, stand sideways. Let's look. Like stand sideways. I'm facing forward to host this show right now. I'm not moving around. Why is your face so much closer to the screen than your body? Now it looks off. It isn't off, you freak. So are you. No, I'm upright. You're like head. Like this is. I can't do it. This is what you look like, Travis. Wait. That's how I looked, and you never brought that to my attention. So pelvic's off a couple inches. One leg's long.
When JP tells him he looks like a damn ostrich, the dude, and he says, "What?" It was the most like sincere, shocked "what" I think I've ever heard. Your face is so much closer to the screen than your body. Excuse me. I'm gonna go boil some water. I need some more chicory root. But yeah, if it's still up, it's probably worth a watch. It's pretty. I mean, it's smallmouth crush. It's what I think originally that's what everybody showed up for. I like frustrated Manson. I don't dislike that character. I must have accidentally blocked you. BBC got blocked. How do you do that, guys? I don't know if I could block anybody if I tried. He needs to find you some good weed. He probably could. Does Travis show up on a live with 2 black eyes from JP? I don't know. He could probably push JP to the point of beating shit out of him. He does need to find him. Yes. He needs something. I think that would work great for him. I think it would work great for him. All right, I got kinds of weird baits. I'm gonna try and fish. I'm gonna get Alex Davis on a stream. I want him to talk more about this. These are all silent pieces of poop. I'll throw this one. But yeah, so before I guess next week I'll be putting lots of random things on the website. Lots of randomness. So if you like that type of content, you're in luck. Coming down the pipe. Lubed and pubed. Bobby, of course. Of course. Ant-Man. Tacklecraft.com. There's nothing on it. T-shirts. I don't even have that many T-shirts. I do have a few mediums and 2XLs left, but yeah, there's nothing on my website except a contact me section. But it'll be pretty full in a little while. All right, bros. I'm gonna get out of here and get to sanding. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Bobby, what are you gambling on, bro? What are you gambling on? What do you gamble on lures? Buy low, sell high? Buy low, sell high? Where's my... Make sure nobody ordered anything while I was gone. Oh, raffles. I didn't know people still did that. I won 6 Sunnies, 2 Wees, a Wally, and a box. Waffles. I didn't know people I thought they only did that for swim baits. I've never seen actual decent fishing lure waffles. The waffle pages. Yeah, I wasn't aware. I was not aware. Oh, I gotta order new rather be dead than Ned stickers. Those are all gone. Snapback trucker. I got those. Yeah, if you're ahead, I would stop before they suck you back in. Maybe they know that. Maybe they let you taste the sweet nectar. And because those are typically found to be rigged, seems like all the waffle pages I know blow up because people say find some sort of proof that they're rigged. So maybe they buttered you up knowing that you tasted the nectar, and then they're about to damn pound your ass. I said, Bobby's not going to win another waffle as long as he's in here. But he tasted the sweetness, the sweet goodness, and he won't be able to resist. Maybe not, but it also wouldn't surprise me. Bobby, when he starts losing, he thinks about all the balsa that's slipping through his fingers. He gets a grip and says, no, wake up. Wake up, Bobby. Wake up, Bobby. What color should I paint this piece of shit? It's just one. And it's bothering me to have to sit here and look at this thing. So I want it gone. I don't know what kind of clear coat's on this thing. It's weird. Bone. Bobby, I can't paint anything bone, bro. You know that. It's very hard for me to do. Very hard. Oh, it's coming off. Look at that. I don't know what this clear coat is, but it's like an epoxy type stuff, but it peels off in sheets. I don't know what this stuff is. It's kind of rubbery feeling. Light bulb, that'd be a good color. That'd be a good color for a 1-. Yeah, what is this? Is that normal? I feel like the old ones used, like the double stamp used like a single stage paint that had the hardener in it, so it didn't have to have a clear coat. This one is a later bait, and they obviously changed their painting up, and yeah, it flakes off real easy, or it peels. No, this one doesn't have holographic scales. It's just a what? It's just like a really ugly root beer. It does have very fine green glitter in it, though. This is like, I shouldn't be doing this because it's a time suck, but I really, really, really sometimes enjoy sitting here with a fish hook or a knife and like peeling clear coat off of baits. Not many, but like one or two. It's pretty therapeutic. It's pretty therapeutic. Stearman, what color you say? Color, Stearman, what is a 1- color that you wish Mans would have made back in the day, since you were a Mans 1- enthusiast? What's the one color you're like, damn, they really missed out? Man, I would love to have a 1- in that color. Just the white with the blue back, or the chrome? The color that Young Tacklecraft bought when you could buy double stamps on the shelf was the color that sold me was the solid chartreuse with the on it. White, blue back. There you go. I got to a seam, and it's not as hard to get, not as easy to get off. I bet the old power washer would take this off. In fact, I know it would. I have to go fire that thing up before it gets 12 degrees out here. This is a perfect candidate for the power washer, if anybody's curious. This would be a great one because it would blow this crap off no problem. Because all it takes is, like, it just needs a little bit of air or a little bit of pressure to get up under it to get it started, and it flies off. It's kind of sad Mans is a thing of the past now. It was such an iconic company back in the day. Sucks they couldn't stay relevant. They discontinued that blue shade color a long time ago. Let's see, my go-to baby one, mostly the white plastic. There you go. I'd like to see it. You have a number one, like the bait. The bait. I've had a lot of those over the years, and I get scared to lose them, and I quit fishing them, and I hang them up on the wall because I'm afraid to lose them. Because then if I want to if I ever want to go back and see like the action of the bait, like what made it so good, if I lost it, I'd never know. But now I can grab it off the wall and go throw it and show you or anybody else what it looks like. I can tell you one thing about this clear coat is there's wildly varying thicknesses. Like the right side was way thicker than the left side. This left side is really, really thin. What, you just put them back, Kyle, so you can see what the juice looks like? Yeah, that's the funny thing is like all the baits I fish are the ones that I've deemed like subpar. I don't ever pull the juice out. Not for fun fishing, is like for what I'm doing. If I had the right tournament in the right time of the year, I'd shop off the wall. I'd pack my tackle off the wall, pull out the good stuff, but hadn't had to. Hadn't had to recently. Uh-oh, put a gouge in this one. Need to get the Bondo out. Uh-oh, my hook might not be good enough. I might have to get the old Exacto out. Oh, yeah. I don't know why it's so satisfying to peel stuff, but it is. You got a nut up to do it on fun fishing days? Yeah. Take some damn huevos to pull that move. I don't think I've got those right now. I don't think I'm man enough to pull out my damn wall juice. Snowing here, fatalities on the interstates in the area, and it's only 10 degrees. It is odd. We're supposed to get it's supposed to get down to 17, I believe it is here Monday. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I had to go buy a truck battery yesterday. So I guess my truck's sitting up. It was really pretty cold while I was gone. And I guess my truck's sitting up in the cold, not running, killed my battery. And I got home Wednesday night, and Thursday I had to take the girls to school. Well, I woke up, hopped in the truck, battery clicked. I said, no big deal. Amy was there, so I went and jumped my truck off with her car. And the next morning, Friday, And my truck ran fine the rest of the day. Like it didn't sound weak, but Friday morning, Amy went to the gym, and it was just me and the kids, and it was time to go to school. And I cranked my truck, and it clicked, and I went and got the jump box from the neighbor. I don't have a jump box, surprisingly. Went and got the jump box from the neighbor, and it didn't even want to jump off. Like I had to sit there and let it sit for a little bit, and it finally went and cranked up. And I said, "All right, I had to take the bean to school on the golf cart, but I took the baby to school, and I left. I thought to myself, I'll just leave my truck running, and once I get her dropped off, I'll go to Walmart and get a battery." So we sat there in the car, and like she wanted to do something. She wanted to see the little Grinch, like the video of the little Grinch. So we watched that, and I was like, "All right, let's go inside." And I, like, just out of habit, just turned my truck off and got out. Son of a bitch. So then my dad had to come up there and bring me a jump box. Jumped it off in the parking lot. Didn't want to jump off. Went and got me a new battery. But that one lasted. That was a Everstart Max from Walmart, H6 model, and I bought it in November of 22. So it was a pretty good life. Got 3 years out of it. Do y'all have like engine warmers or like oil warmers or anything that y'all put on y'all's trucks? I feel like stuff down here would break. Like everybody's batteries would be dead if it got that cold here. Are y'all's batteries going dead constantly? Diesel guys do. Yeah, I know Roger out there at the ranch where we hunt. He puts those warmers on his diesel farm trucks. But just got 4-bar flat sides and a sick bonus bait. You're gonna like this. I'll put some on Instagram. Old Daiwa in translucent orange skeleton. I do like that, and I haven't even seen it. What's the deal with Daiwa? I feel like it's a pretty good chunk. Whoops. Get into the plastic. Have to get the Bondo out for that. I have problems when it gets below 0. That's when nothing works. That's what it takes to kill everything. Noted. Noted. All right. I'm going for real this time. That'll be good. You'll be hearing from me soon. I'll get on here. Have a chat with you boys. I want to do another I want to do a camper stream. I want to do the end of the year call-in show. I don't know how we do it. I got to figure out how to set that up. Or I guess you don't have to call in. I could just send everybody the link, and then if you want to hop on, you can hop on and say hello. I think it'd be fun. But we'll do that. That'll be good. Peace be with you.